don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's wrestling, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that hard. Certain things should happen. Certain things you can let go. And there are certain things that I just don't fucking understand. Shawn DaGamer here. I got my boy Tommy P.
What's good? What's good?
He's here. And he can find the humor in this. I don't get it. I don't. I've been loyal. I've been good. I haven't strayed away. I've been a wrestling fan like nonstop since I was about 15. 10 plus years. 15, 13, 14, one of them. 10 plus years I've been enjoying what has been given to me. Knowing things could be better. But tonight, I don't understand. That's the only thing I can seem to say is I don't understand. SummerSlam went off the air minutes ago. I should be watching the Mae Young Classic bracketology right now. But my feelings, my emotions have certain substances in my system. But even if I was sober, I still don't get the illogical booking that is SummerSlam 2017. If I had to say altogether, there was about 11 or 12 matches. Only 2 champions retained their titles on this night, where there were 8 championship matches promoted for this card. Only 2 of them retained. One I understand. The other one I can deal with because of who it is. And I was thinking as the night went on. I didn't say this out loud. I probably should have. But I was thinking throughout this whole night. Maybe tonight is a reset for the WWE. After we saw NXT TakeOver last night, I gave that card altogether because there were certain things I felt could have been... I'm saying, compared to SummerSlam, things from last night NXT, which was damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. I'm saying there were still things on that show that led me, I should say, to give it the rating of an 8 out of 10. Some people will look at me and say, what? Just an 8? That's how high you're going to go? I will give NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 a perfect score. Or at least a 9. But logically thinking, there were certain things that happened on that show that didn't take away from the overall appeal of the show. Because if you watch this, if this is one of the few pay-per-views that you watch this year in regards to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, you would think, holy shit, 5 matches, 2.5 hours. The matches that we got, I'm not going to complain. From Bobby Roode to Drew McIntyre, all the way to the opening match between Almas and Gargano, with Red Dragon reuniting, and the return, well, not even a return, the debut of Adam Cole, baby. You would think I would have given NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 a perfect score, but I still found little nitpicks that I gave it an 8. So what in the actual F? Because I'm still going to keep this review as PG as possible. PG-13. PG-13.
What?
R. as possible. What in the world should I give SummerSlam? A negative rating? I don't even feel like going match by match, giving detail. Because it was all so generic tonight. Some things were a little bit above generic and they were good matches. Really good matches. If I do say so myself. I don't want to speak for everybody in this room, even though there's like 2 of us. I would still give some of the matches a pass for what they were, and they were good matches. But overall, SummerSlam, the hell, we started off tonight, 6-man tag, The Miz Taraj versus the Hardys, who are still not broken or awoken, however you want to call it. They're still nostalgic Hardys with Jason Jordan, the quote-unquote son of Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. I don't even know how long this match went. I thought
I did too.
that this show, the pre-show, will be starting maybe around, what did I say, 7? 6 or 7?
You said 6.
I said 6. No. This whole kitten caboodle started at 5. So I don't know what happened before the 5:30 mark, and nor do I care. What I do know is The Miz got a pinfall victory over Jason Jordan. It was Jason Jordan, right? I don't care. The Miz Taraj won against the Hardys and Jason Jordan. Angle's son.
Jason Jordan.
I can't complain because it's The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, and he won. But just starting with this match alone, if I wanted to break down why the fuck this match should not have happened, at least in the way that it was presented to us, and what happened, how do you have somebody as that was a part of the most hype tag team going today in the American Alpha? Gable and Jordan. You have these two men, and the crowd goes nuts when they appear. You take Jason Jordan, you call him the son of Kurt Angle, and now he's getting a negative reaction. How? You have the Hardys, who, even throughout all of their legal battles with TNA, aka Impact Wrestling, aka GFW, aka Global Force Wrestling, aka the house that Jeff Jarrett built. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's for pride. Maybe it's to say, we really do own this. This is my brainchild. Are you telling me, at this point, from WrestleMania till SummerSlam. April, May, June, July, August. 5 months between WWE Creative, the Hardys themselves, Vince McMahon, and Kevin Dunn, the Beaver himself. They couldn't come up with something similar to the broken gimmick in this time. Something that remotely resembles the broken gimmick without using the broken gimmick trademarked by whoever the fuck owns it. I'm done. I can't even do this. I can't even do this PG-13/R anymore. We're going straight to NC-17/XXX rated in our vocabulary.
Fuck the bullshit and give the people what they want.
Exactly. We don't care if they're broken or woken. We just don't want to see these plain Hardys doing what they're doing. Give them something that resembles their broken gimmick and we will be happy. We will accept it. We will be acceptant of what you are giving us as long as it resembles what we want. We understand the court system. We understand the legal system. I spent too much time talking about this one match. The Miz won with his little posse of Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Next match. Cruiserweight Championship. 205 Live time. Tozawa going in as champion versus Neville. Why did Neville lose the fucking title to begin with if you were just going to give it back to him 6 days later? Not 1 month. Not 14 days. Not 21 days. 6. 6. We're going with the nice even number. I understand. Well, if we have Tozawa beat Neville on Raw, no, we have Neville beat Tozawa on Raw. Probably what I said the first time. But anyways, we can't have the champion pin the challenger and then have the challenger have a rematch on the pay-per-view. Then why even have Tozawa in the match on Raw? Why couldn't it have been Cedric Alexander who gets a surprise victory over Neville to lead into something different? Anybody on that roster, why couldn't it have been somebody different to get that pinfall victory against Neville on Raw, have Neville be pissed, then beat Tozawa SummerSlam weekend, and then have him go against whoever pinned him on Raw the week before in a continuing storyline going into SummerSlam? That makes sense to me. Am I looking at something wrong? Should Neville have lost tonight or on Monday just to get it back 6 days later? Doesn't make sense to me. Did I already spoil the match for you? I'm sorry. Not really. Neville regained his Cruiserweight Championship. Are you guys going to watch 205 Live now? Probably not. Let's move on to the next match. The WWE SmackDown Championship. Tag Team Championships. I don't even want to talk about that match at all. You have the New Day versus the Usos. Similar situation. Why did you have the Usos lose the titles at Battleground if you were just going to give it back to them from the same team at SummerSlam? Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Why? Don't get me wrong, the match was great. Very good match between the only relevant black people in WWE. Because let's face it, Apollo Creed isn't relevant. Cedric Alexander isn't relevant right now.
He should be.
He should be, but he isn't. R-Truth Don't make me laugh. He wasn't relevant since this first feud with John Cena when he came back from TNA.
And people forgot about him anyways.
Exactly. And then we're going to promote this whole KFC commercial, 3 or 4 times tonight, with R-Truth just randomly walking in like, what do you mean? Dressed as the Colonel, looks like the Colonel. What audition? So, you have a fantastic match between the only relevant black folks in the WWE. No racism in there, I'm just saying. But to give the titles right back to the Usos, why not just have them be dominant champions? It works for Asuka down in NXT. What is it, 405 days now? No, 505 days? She's been champion? I don't complain about Asuka being champion. Thomas, do you complain about Asuka being champion?
No, because I like Asuka.
Exactly. They're heels, but people enjoy what the Usos are doing right now. Oh, the New Daters on SmackDown now. They're exclusive to SmackDown. Let's have them win the title. Because they were the longest reigning tag team champions on Raw because they didn't have anybody to fucking face. Let's think about the time the New Day was champion on Raw. They buried the Club, who, when they debuted in that tag team match, it was the Usos versus somebody. I just remember the Usos getting their ass whooped at the end. Whoever they were facing, the Club came in from the crowd, and they were white hot. And what do you proceed to do after that? Bury them.
How you gonna soften up the Club? You can't soften up the Club, bro.
Original members of the Club that they tried to soften up. Oh, we're going to put them with AJ Styles for a little while until we have this brand split and not keep them on the same brand. And then the Club dies, even though they won a tag team titles once. But who even remembers? Other than your longtime fans that you aren't pissing off every week. We're not even done with the pre-show yet. But the Usos regain their titles. They're 4-time champions now. Happy? Are you happy about that? Okay, let's move on. That was just a pre-show, guys. The fucking pre-show. Let's move on to the first match of the night, which was, what was it again? Something not relevant. That shouldn't have been on the card. Baron Corbin versus John Cena. Baron Corbin versus John Cena. Baron Corbin, who stupidly, in the sloppiest cash in. I'm not talking about him losing or winning the WWE title. I'm talking about the fashion of which the events took place. Sloppy as fuck. Why would John Cena be even on the ring apron when he could possibly turn his regular match against Baron Corbin at SummerSlam tonight into a WWE Championship match at SummerSlam? Why would he even try to interfere when the referee clearly, or the ring announcer clearly said, we're about to have a championship match, guys. Baron Corbin is cashing in. John Cena's dumbass should have just sat down on the barricade, watch what happened, hope Baron Corbin won, which he should have, and then had a championship match at SummerSlam. But no, this idiot Baron Corbin, because that's what WWE portrays him as, walks up the ramp after he beats down John Cena, interfering in the Jinder Mahal John Cena match. walks back to the ring a few seconds later, and then proceeds to lose his money in the briefcase after cashing in unsuccessfully. And then the internet erupts. Road Dogg sees it and proceeds to block everybody who questions his creative decisions on the SmackDown Live brand. Mr. Brian James, how do you explain to me having Baron Corbin lose the title thanks to interference from John Cena, and then have John Cena, miraculously beat his streak of losing at SummerSlam against said Baron Corbin? John Cena defeats Baron Corbin in a lackluster match. John Cena, Mr. Controversy himself, Mr. what do they call him? The most, what's that P word they use? Not prolific. What's the word they use? Like the crowd is split. I can't remember the word right now because I'm so fucking pissed. I can't think of big words right now. Is it prolific? Something along those lines. The most controversial champion or figure in WWE history. He was the catalyst of Baron Corbin losing his money in the briefcase. You would think, logically, somebody with the character, the demeanor, the presence, the attitude of a Baron Corbin would beat the shit out of John Cena from the start. But no, he goes hold for hold, grapple for grapple, strike for strike with John Cena, instead of trying to use his few extra inches to his advantage and end up losing to an AA to John Cena. Next match. Because I fucking can't. The next match was, como se dice, who was the next match after this? Was it the SmackDown Women's title? I think it was. It was the No, it wasn't the SmackDown Women's title. It was a SmackDown match that nobody cared about. Wait. Did we even see Randy Orton versus Rusev tonight?
Oh, you don't want to know how that you stepped out and it was over.
RKO out of nowhere?
Yes.
I forgot! I fucking forgot! Randy Orton versus Rusev was the thing. I didn't see it because I let my mom dye my hair and that didn't turn out the way I wanted. So I didn't think this night was going to turn out the way I wanted. But apparently, there was a RKO out of nowhere, and 1, 2, 3, Randy Orton wins. Why? I didn't even see the match, and I can rant about it. You wanna know why I can rant about it? How do you have somebody the caliber of Rusev not get a pinfall victory on a stage like this to somebody who's been losing all year anyway against Randy Orton? So you're telling me in a matter of moments, Randy Orton RKO out of nowhere, he pins Rusev. Okay, skip that. I still don't remember what the other match was that I'm blanking on right now.
The next match after Corbin?
Yeah, after Corbin.
SmackDown Women's Championship.
I thought it was. It was the SmackDown Women's Championship. Not Lana. That'd be funny if Lana was the champion. Natalya versus Naomi. I can't even tell you what happened in this match because I had to go get a new Black and Mild because I was already pissed about what happened between Baron Corbin and John Cena. I couldn't find my Black and Mild, maybe because it was the rage in my eyes. I couldn't see. Maybe I'll find it in the morning. Maybe it's sitting here right in front of my face and I still can't see it. But Naomi versus Natalya. Before I left, I was watching the entrances because I love Naomi's entrance. I said, if anything happens, it's going to happen between 10 minutes. The corner store from my house, the little gas station from my house, is less than a minute away in car. I said, before we left, this match is going to take place in less than 10 minutes. Naomi or Natalya, it can go either way, but Carmella might cash in. There was no cash in from Carmella. She has still missed Money in the Bank. But I was still right in this match being less than 10 minutes. With Naomi tapping out to the sharpshooter and then crying at the end. Trust me, I was crying right along with you around the end of this pay-per-view. So Natalya is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. I can't say anything about this match. Me saying anything about this match would be hypocritical because all I saw was Natalya or Naomi tapping out to the sharpshooter. 6 years it's been since Natalya has been champion. So I'm a fan of Natalya. She's a hard worker. She's been there for the long haul. She's been there through the crap. Just like Naomi has. Naomi was there through the end of the crap. But Natalya was there during the crap. When you had the Michelle McCools. I love Michelle McCool. And I love Layla L. I wish both of them would come back. Who else? But what's her face? Kelly. Who else was there that couldn't really wrestle back then? Alicia Fox before she got decent.
Yep.
Who else was there? Who else was the saving grace of that division? Melina was there for a little bit. Let me tell you something. Gail Kim came back for what literally seemed like a week to WWE before she went back to TNA. Back when the Divas Revolution wasn't happening. The Women's Revolution wasn't happening and was the Divas division. Gail Kim came back for like a week. It was probably like a few months. But she came back for like a week in my eyes. And then said, fuck this. I'm going back to the Knockouts division. Where she had great matches with Angelina Love, Awesome Kong, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain, Taryn Terrell, who I just learned the other day was fucking Tiffany, the fucking general manager of ECW during his dying days.
Yeah.
I just learned that the other day, and that made me sick to my fucking stomach. But nothing that I just said goes against Natalya and Naomi as competitors. 10 minutes, they deserve better. Naomi's the new champion. Let's see where this goes. Not Naomi. Natalya's the new champion. Let's see where this goes. Enzo in a shark cage. And the match was Big Cass and Big Show. I'm not even going to entertain this shit. Big Cass won. Enzo decided to get all oiled up. Got into his pajamas. Got all oiled up and slipped his way out of the shark cage. Proceeded to climb down, jump down, and ate a big boot from Big Cass. Big Show, at that point, took a couple of big boots. 1, 2, 3, Big Cass wins. I don't even give a fuck about this match. Big Cass got his pinfall. What was next? The Demon and Bray Wyatt? I feel like that was next. Nope. It was the Raw Women's title match. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
No.
It wasn't?
No, it was something that shouldn't have been there.
Oh, it was the Rusev match.
No, Big Show and Cass.
No, I'm saying after that.
After Big Show and Cass?
After Big Show and Cass, was it? Because
yeah,
I left.
It was women.
It was the Raw Women's title match. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Insert everything I just said about the women's division. Apply it to Raw. No, wait. Fuck that. The Raw division has Emma and Mickie James and Nia Jax. Along with the Bailey. Who else is on? Alicia Fox. She's decent now. Dana Brooks. She should still be in NXT. And your two competitors in this match. Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. You are burying Emma on Raw for the past few weeks. Nia Jax is there, but she's a non-factor. You have a 6-time women's champion in Mickie James. Like I said, Dana Brooks needs to go back to NXT. I love Dana Brooks. I've always loved Dana Brooks. But the way she's performing on Raw, get off my TV. Hashtag JDfromNY. Who else is there? I said Mickie James. She's a 6-time champion. She should be performing. Nia Jax. Every time I think of Nia Jax, I think she's ready for the main roster. She doesn't have to do much. She's a part of that Samoan dynasty. She has the size. She's getting better in the ring every week. She's very attractive. But she's a non-factor. Alicia Fox, the first African American Divas champion, women's champion, whatever you want to call it. Who else is there? Doesn't even matter. Alexa Bliss. What did I just say? Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Inches. Fingertips. Fuck that. She was right there. Alexa Bliss was right there. And she taps out to the bank segment. Let me just say one thing about Sasha Banks. She's either great or she sucks. Am I wrong in saying that? Either she feels like being there or she's just collecting the check. Tonight, I feel like it was somewhere in the middle because it was a major pay-per-view. Alexa Bliss, I feel like, is someone who was plucked from the Garden of Eden that is NXT a little bit too early. They put her on SmackDown Live, which back then, SmackDown Live, when you got promoted / demoted to the main roster, SmackDown Live was the place you wanted to be. I used to say, if you wanted to go to WWE, which somebody like myself, who had aspirations to work in the wrestling business one day, whether it's a wrestler, a manager, a commentator, somebody who just has aspirations to be in the business one day, would love to go to NXT. The Performance Center down in Florida. I would love it. Every time they show those commercials like, hey, come to the Performance Center and you might get picked to be a WWE superstar one day, or at least be in the Performance Center for a little while. I salivate at the opportunity for something like that. She was plucked a little bit too early from Blake and Murphy, who I still think should join AJ Styles and form some type of faction. Bullet Club-esque, if you will. I see Blake every now and then when it comes to the spoilers. Not Blake. No, what was the other one? It was Blake and Murphy. Blake. Where the fuck is Blake? I know Murphy, he's the Canadian one. I think they're both Canadian. But he's the one that's been featured more than Blake. It's confusing. Let me just get off this shit. Alexa Bliss was right there at the rope. She attacked the arm a few seconds before she tapped out. You couldn't telling me. You can't. You're telling me she couldn't make those extra few inches to not tap the fuck out. right there. Right there. And she couldn't withstand a bank statement, not a bank statement, what the fuck is her submission called again? Sasha.
Bank statement.
Okay, bank statement from Sasha. She couldn't withstand that for a few more seconds just to get the rope. All this goes to say, your new champion, Sasha Banks. I'm indifferent. I love Alexa Bliss. I love Little Miss Harley Quinn. Sasha, all that title swapping with Charlotte kind of dropped her down for me. So maybe she can work her way back up. But my biggest question for the Raw Women's Division is, who does she have to work with? A majority of the people, it's only 8 of them. Sasha, Alexa, Nia, Bailey, and she's hurt. Fox, James, Brooks, Emma. That's all you got. You've already been burying Emma. Nobody takes Dana seriously. And the way you've been using Nia is silly. Are you going to turn Mickie James heel? At this point in her career, people love Mickie James. People know what she can do thanks to TNA and all of the other federations she's been with outside of WWE. The fuck are you going to do with Sasha Banks as a face champion for the next few months going into WrestleMania 34? I'm done with that match. The next match was... What was that next match after that? It was... Was it... Then it was Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Even if it wasn't, I don't care, because this match didn't go that long.
Well, hell, it wasn't there. The match that was before Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt wasn't there.
What was it?
Randy Orton and Rusev.
Oh, that was the match. That was the in-between match?
Yeah.
So, the match after Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss was Bray Wyatt, not Bray Wyatt, Orton and Rusev. I already gave my opinion on that match. I didn't even see it, and I can tell you what the fuck I thought about it. Orton won RKO out of nowhere. And then we get to Finn and Bray.
Yeah.
Then we get to Finn and Bray. Only thing about this match was Finn Balor's entrance, because I love doing a little arm waving thing. I love Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt got his win on Monday. The Demon got his win on SummerSlam. Nothing else to say about that. Cut the grass. 1, 2, 3. Match over. Okay. About 10 minutes. A little bit more than that if you want to count all the entrances and all that good stuff. Finn Balor, the Demon, wins. Then we go into... We're winding down. So, I'm guessing it was the Raw Tag Team Championships after that?
Yes.
The Raw Tag Team Championships. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, who miraculously come back together over the past month, versus the non-fusion dance using Bar in Cesaro and Sheamus. Good tag team match. Very good spots. A lot of good spots. New tag team champions in Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Not too much to say about this, because I don't want to go on another rant about the non-existent tag team division on Raw. So I'm going to leave that alone. We're just going to say, good tag team match for the Raw tag team titles. And new champions in Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. So at this point, there are 3 matches left. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. with Shane McMahon as special guest referee. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. And the Fatal 4-Way. AJ Styles versus Owens. What you expect from those two, except you throw Shane in the middle to cause a little bit of controversy. AJ Styles Clash 1, 2, 3. And he retains his U.S. Championship. I don't want to say too much about this because I can go on a whole nother rant. A whole nother rant about how the mid card on SmackDown Live right now is non-existent. And it should be very existent when you have people like Mike Kanellis, Ty Dillinger, Sami Zayn, Rusev, Randy Orton. Who else is on fucking SmackDown? Breezango. Either one of them could go into a singles run. Tyler Breeze should already have been Intercontinental Champion. Yep. But I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not even going to go there. Because there were so many people off this fucking card that deserve to be there. Like all of the people I just named. Ty Dillinger, Sami Zayn, Mike and Maria, Breezango. All of them. All of them could have been on this card. But they weren't. I can't, Thomas. Thomas, please trade positions with me. Because I can't talk about this next match. I cannot talk about Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm talking like a black woman now. Thomas, come take the seat over. So you can vent your frustrations, if you have any, about this match. Because I can't. I fucking can't.
Hi, my name is Tommy P, and these are my thoughts on the WWE Championship match. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because first of all, I didn't like how it unfolded. I already knew the Singh brothers with them goddamn mango ass shirts was gonna come in there and fuck up everything, and they did. And then like my whole thing is like, as a wrestling fan, your finisher should determine if you're going to win the match. I don't like his finisher. I don't feel like if...
Colossus.
Yeah. The gas station drop.
The gas station driver.
I don't feel that the gas station driver is effective for a person that's been like the top two wrestlers in New Japan. That's been like one of the top two people in New Japan. So to see this match unfold like this, I actually thought it was gonna be one of those matches, you know, kick out, Kinshasa, 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke is gonna be celebrating tonight with Asuka, because they like best friends or whatever. But no, of course not. Of course not. The shit went left. Completely left. Singh brothers came in with them peach mango ass shirts, Kool-Aid ass niggas. Came in there, interfered. And they, of course, as always, the Shinsuke was throwing knees, and then out of nowhere, the gas station driver, 1, 2, 3. How the fuck does that happen? How the guy that has like the biggest buzz on SmackDown loses to the Maharaj. That match was by the way, gotta correct a couple of facts. You said, who was the first African American
Divas champion?
Yeah.
Alicia Fox.
There you go. But
I'm not saying like women's champion period. I'm saying Divas champion. Because they make that a point on Raw. Whenever she has a match and she delivers her Northern Light suplex, remember, she was the first ever African American Divas champion.
why? But okay. First African American. But yeah. It was frustrating to watch that. I mean, I didn't want for it to end like that. I'm starting to get that feeling though, like it's when I gave WWE a break and then popped back up one day. It's starting to feel that way again because the stuff is starting to end weird, and it's also, well, it's not as bad as 2008 when I started predicting things like I would say such and such is gonna come back and he's gonna interfere in this match, watch, and then next thing you know we're watching Raw, and then I'm like, hey, see, I told you. And then like, this is why you shouldn't watch wrestling anymore. I was like, you know what, I won't, and I took a break, and this is when I dipped in TNA.
Oh my god, the glory days of TNA.
Yeah. And that's how I found out about your Samoa Joes and your AJ Styles, and that's when I was like, why is Kurt Angle here? So, but you're Kurt Angle's too, damn it. So, I don't know, it's feeling a bit weird now. I'm not understanding a lot that's going on. Like how, so we might as well continue on. We might as well continue on down the card then, dog.
The Fatal 4-Way? I'm gonna let you do it anyway. Go ahead.
Oh, the Fatal 4-Way. Here we go. God damn it, the Fatal 4-Way. Here we go. You got your Fatal 4-Way between Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, who shows up when he wants to, which is weird as a champion. And cause I feel I'm gonna go ahead and keep going down the list. I'll throw my thoughts out there later. Roman Reigns, guy who's continually getting booed by the crowd, and I'm still not understanding why he's not heel yet. Samoa Joe, good guy, real good wrestler, always gives you 150%. And Braun Strowman, who just likes to show up and break shit. He's like that annoying ass kid around the corner who ain't got shit, so he want to fuck up your shit or the shit that's for everybody in the neighborhood. That motherfucker. So first of all, you know, it was a good match. It was
fun.
It had ups. It had a bunch of turns, good spots. You had your moments when you felt like Roman was about to win, and then out of nowhere somebody will do magic and pop up in the ring and kick him. But it was what everybody wanted. People didn't want for it to be like a really, really clean match. They wanted for it to be a chaotic match. And in like the first 15 minutes of the match, it was exactly what you wanted. It was very chaotic. They went through all four in this match. The destruction was they destroyed all four announcing tables. The barricade by the ring, the timekeeper, and the barricade by the timekeeper, and damn, I know her name because she fine as hell, and JoJo fine ass, and the ring bell too. That barricade was destroyed. Somebody somebody got hit in the head with a chair.
No, 2 people got hit in
Oh.
because he launched that shit. That was funny.
Oh, somebody got hit with a computer chair.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody got hit with a steel chair too.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody got hit with steel steps. And funniest part of this match was they made Brock Lesnar look like a little bitch in the beginning. They put this man, after he gets slammed through 2 tables, 2 announcing tables, Braun takes another announcing table and flips it on him. And of course, me and our extra, as like these damn referees and these security guards. I mean, I understand. It's a human being. They come out here to check on Brock, and they put this man in a stretcher. Put this man on a stretcher, and they rolled him to the back. And I was praying as this is happening. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please do not let Brock Lesnar get mad because everybody's trying to help him, and there's the first person that's the closest to him is a woman. And I'm like, oh God, they're gonna have to explain this, and they're gonna have to put out a statement on Facebook Live. Triple H was gonna be, oh shit, I had to explain this. Vince, you're up. So of course, it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. They got him on the stretcher, took him up, rode him on backstage, and the match continues. Then, of course, out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar's pushing folks out of the way. J&J you can't stop nobody. So it was just one J. So, of course, he got knocked out the way. So he knocks Jamie Noble out the way. He's in the ring back. We got 4 people. We have a fatal 4-way. Again. And so we're going through all these good spots. And then out of nowhere, we're going through all these good spots, and it's a moment that everybody, I'm like, oh no, there's a Roman in the ring, and there's a Brock, and Brock had already took a whole bunch of Superman punches to the face, and of course Samoa Joe slipped out the ring. And okay, speaking of Samoa Joe slipping out the ring, there was this one spot where Braun gets thrown out the ring by Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar gets speared. It was the most terrible looking spear I've ever seen in my life. And Samoa Joe was literally on the apron, and out of nowhere Samoa Joe slips off of the apron, and then Roman is pinning him, but luckily Brock Lesnar kicked out. First of all, and then it's like it was a slip, but you could have got back up off of a slip. He slipped and he was still down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That I didn't like that moment in the match, because I feel if it would have been a 3 count, I would have been mad. I'm not gonna lie, because that would have been terrible. It was sloppy. So we continue on. This is the end of the match right here. You got Brock Lesnar has taken at least 3 Superman punches to the face.
Now, if I could just interject, Brock Lesnar, he's been speared like 5 times.
Yes.
He took like 13 Superman punches. He was in the coquina clutch like 4 times. And he got side slammed by 2 announce tables and in the ring twice by Braun Strowman.
Yes.
So in this time, he is taking the best moves from all 3 competitors in this match. Continue.
Alright. So Brock Lesnar, after taking those 3 recent Superman punches, he is knocked out. No, he's laid out on the ground, and you know how it is. Roman's in the corner. He's feeling his Tourette's come in. And so then Brock Lesnar's getting up all super slow because he's tired. Because as the long list of shit that happened to him is starting to take toll. So, he finally gets to his feet. And then you see a charging Roman Reigns run towards Brock Lesnar. And then up, he's in. Oh no, F5. F5. 1, 2, 3. The guy who's barely there wins the title.
Retains the title.
Oh yeah, retains the title because he never lost it.
Now,
there's some bullshit in this match that I don't like. There's some more bullshit, like
Joe or Strowman?
I was just thinking about it because Joe and Brock Lesnar. Why would you put this man in a coquina clutch with your body with his? He's not even turned around. It's already set. Everybody's like, yeah, he's about to get F5. You can see it happening already. That made me mad.
But there was one spot in this match I thought was funny. Joe had Lesnar in a coquina clutch outside the ring, and then Roman speared. He went for the spear on those two, but Joe was like, fuck that, let go of the clutch. And he got the fuck out the way and let Brock get speared through the barricade.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Because that just showed Joe had common sense. Which is...
Joe was like, I'm not Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross should still be NXT Women's Champion right now if it's not Asuka. So, anything else you would like to say about this pay-per-view? Before I wrap this up real quick.
This pay-per-view is confusing. That's all I'm going to say is I always think about, most people be like, oh man, it's just a pay-per-view. I'm like, but you got to think about it. Where you going to go from here? Like, you pretty much kept, your champion right now is a guy who likes to show up when he wants to. And I'm like, and I feel like you're getting paid, so you should want to get the most out of the person that you're paying the most, because I know the way funds are being calculated. He's already getting a WWE check, but because he's holding the title, he's getting a bonus for being the champion.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you do like the regular old stuff, like appearances and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, if you're paying this guy all this money, I feel like you should. If you giving this guy's making the bonuses, he better show his ass up.
Mm-hmm. What about anything else from the card, in like the title matches from earlier, or any of the other matches? Anything you want to talk about?
I don't like the placement of matches. I didn't understand why the tag team match was on the pre-show and why Enzo, the Big Show and Big Cass match was not on the pre-show. That was some bullshit.
And in that vein, I still think to this moment that tag team match that was on the pre-show was match of the night.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Because I honestly was doing double duty. I was watching the pay-per-view and I was also watching some soccer. The soccer was...
I think at that time you were still watching the Falcons game.
Oh, there was a Falcons game too. Yes, the Falcons game was definitely better because it...
Even though they
lost. It was better than... I think when we was watching the Falcons game, we definitely were at the... We were during the Miz match, and right when the Miz match ended, the Falcons game ended. So that's when I put on soccer, and the tag team match caught my attention because I stopped watching soccer. Somebody scored, and I was like, "Oh shit, somebody scored! Damn, it's a good tag team match." But I actually saw the other team score, so yeah, it was rough.
All right. So, thank you, Mr. P.
Yes, of course.
For your insight on that, so I can calm down for a second. But before we end this, and I take him home so we can both watch bracketology for the Mae Young Classic. And I need to watch Game of Thrones because I fucking miss Game of Thrones for this bullshit. And if you know, any hardcore Game of Thrones fan will flip shit if they even miss the first opening sequence. The dum 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 dum. If we miss that shit, we're pissed. So the fact that I gave them the whole time, I didn't have it playing in the background like I would normally do. I gave SummerSlam my full, invested, undivided attention. Fuck you, SummerSlam. I'm giving you motherfuckers a movie rating from Double Toasted. I'm giving you guys a fuck you.
That is an option. I'm about to say you about to give them some old bullshit.
No, I'm giving them a fuck you. Because I'm not going to say every match on this card was bad. Because there were a few gems. A few diamonds in the rough. A few glimmers of hope on this card. But when I think back to SummerSlam 2017, the first thing I'm thinking about is how in the absolute Lord given fuck does Jinder Mahal on this Earth, Earth 2, Earth 3, Earth 47, Earth 211, does Jinder Mahal, the modern day motherfucker, beat IWGP, NXT, this global phenomenon, this enigma, no offense to Jeff Hardy, this presence known as Shinsuke Nakamura. How does somebody who spent his entire career up until this point being a jobber with 3MB, with whatever he was doing before 3MB, which was absolutely nothing, how does this guy who looks like he's on substances, allegedly, we're not going to go there, how does this guy who just pops back up, and you know what, I'm not even going to hate. When I first saw Jinder Mahal pop back up on Raw, I was like, oh shit, it's Jinder. Where the fuck has he been for the past so-and-so time? I was a little bit excited for Jinder. I was hoping Jinder becomes IC or United States Champion in the future. He goes on to win, the Battle Royal to become number one contender.
Yep.
He beats Randy Orton in 3 consecutive pay-per-views. Not only to win, but maintain and retain the grandest prize in all of sports entertainment, pro wrestling, independence, whatever you want to call it. Wrestling. The biggest prize. Not the Universal title. Not the GFW title. That's funny. The New Japan title. The Lucha Underground title. The Ring of Honor title. The AAA title. The Progress title. The what else is out there? The Rev Pro title. The CMLL title. The PWCC title, the PWG title, the most prestigious title, which spans decades. Not the WCW title. Not the NWA title. Which is, if you didn't know, the NWA title is still a thing. I don't know who's champion right now of that, but I know it's still a thing. You have all of these great championships, all these great divisions, but standing at the epicenter, the top, the peak of what a lot, thousands, maybe even millions of people wish to hold, gain that respect, make their tread, and climb that mountain, the ladder, break the glass ceiling, and become WWE champion. Jinder Mahal. Throw up in my mouth a little bit. He beat Shinsuke Nakamura in less than 12 minutes, not including the entrances. We're talking about Shinsuke Nakamura, who has beaten people including, but not excluding, the names of AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, TJ Perkins. He probably had some matches with people like Okada, Naito. Who else? Jay Lethal. At this point, I'm just thinking of people who I would accept as WWE champion, but they're not right now. Jay Lethal. Who else has been around for a while? He probably had a match with Matt Sydal, Zack Sabre Jr., Kota Ibushi. People like that. You have people on the caliber, the level of these guys that Shinsuke Nakamura has beaten. And you're telling me two clowns, two goons, to go back to another JD from New York reference, two people who I kind of respected in the Singh brothers. These two guys can cause somebody at the level of somebody who has beaten a UFC or had matches with a UFC champion like Brock Lesnar. People on the caliber of maybe even a Samoa Joe, a Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Amazing Red, PJ Black, Johnny Morrison, or John Morrison, Johnny Nitro. What's his name now? Johnny Mundo. You know, he's in GFW now with, and you know what his name is? Johnny Impact. Let that one sink in for a second. But I'm just thinking of all the people who could have possibly been WWE champion in this moment and have beaten Shinsuke Nakamura on this night that I would have accepted. And you're telling me Jinder Mahal, who has been back with this company less than 7-8 months, who was up until he won that fucking battle royal still jobbing out on his return, can beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Somebody who less than 2 years ago had match of the year quality encounter with AJ Styles, loses 1-2-3. I'm not going to say clean. He loses 1-2-3 to a Colossus, the gas station driver. As racist as that sounds, it's funny. I don't give a fuck. He loses to that, which people can arguably say when you have moves like the RKO, the Styles Clash, the Kinshasa, the Claymore from Bobby Roode, the long, it's not even a finishing move, the long dart from Johnny Gargano. I'm so frustrated right now. I need to get off. I need to stop talking. You're telling me a move as simple as the Colossus, just one of them, where Shinsuke Nakamura didn't even take. Are you telling me that not only Jinder Mahal could possibly survive not only an FU, but a super FU? Because I'm not calling it the attitude adjustment right now. From John Cena, Super Cena himself, he can withstand those moves. But Shinsuke Nakamura can't take one Colossus from Jinder Mahal? You're telling me that somebody like Baron Corbin can get rolled up by Jinder Mahal after he just had a match with John Cena and get a clean win over Baron Corbin when he catches in, causing him to make Baron Corbin like a bigger fool, because not only did he lose his cash in, he lost his cash in to Jinder Mahal. Let's not forget about that. And that's the fact that he lost his cash in. It's the fact that he lost his cash in the most sloppiest fashion to Jinder Mahal. I tried. I gave you, what they say, 58 days? He's been champion? I gave you 3 months to do something with Jinder Mahal. People in India don't give a fuck about Jinder Mahal. I don't care how you try to spin it, how many clips you get from certain outlets over in that country. Nothing is going to change the fact that when you look and you ask a WWE fan who is keeping up with the product, even though it's been completely crap over the past few months, if not longer than that, I'm giving you guys the benefit of the doubt by saying for a few months. But in general, the product of the WWE as a whole has been bad forever. At this point, I don't understand. I don't get it. And I sat down at this desk 15 minutes ago saying I was wrapping up. But you made me go on another 15-minute rant. Because that's how I've been bottling this in. I have not done consistent wrestling reviews over the past month and a half because your product is horrible. And this is the end result. And I gave you guys the benefit of the doubt going into this, like thinking, okay, you have Natalya winning, you have the Usos winning, the Miz winning, Sasha Banks, she could be the exception of what I'm about to say, but you have all these people, these workhorses, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. Maybe this is a reset. I'm thinking maybe this is a reset, and then you're gonna have Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura win your top title, and you're gonna do a reset after this point, and let your workhorses have the opportunity to shine for a little while, and then you're going to do some more fuckery going into WrestleMania 34. But no, I was wrong. Do whatever the fuck you want to do, because you're going to do it anyways. Because people like me, people like Tommy P, people who have common sense, we're just idiots to you guys anyways. So I just spent the last hour and a half or so ranting for no fucking reason. Because it doesn't matter. I should have been watching Game of Thrones. I should have been getting my LR Goku on my Dokkan battle game. But no, you know what I did? I decided to give you guys 6 hours of my life my precious mid-20 life. I should be out having sex. I should be at the club. I should be doing all these stereotypical things not a teenager, but somebody in their mid-20s should be doing right now. But I, as the nerd that I am, gave up Game of Thrones, the most precious hour, when there's only one episode left. I gave it to you. There's so many other things. I could have been doing job applications right now. I could have been getting entertainment from a female right now. I could be out doing hood rat shit. I could be out studying. I could be getting a head start on my schoolwork right now. I could just, even being casual. I could have been playing Injustice 2 for the past 6 hours because Tommy P brought it over so I could play it before the pay-per-view started. But no, you started your shit at 5. I'm trying to be a loyal fan. You know what? At this point, I'm just transmitting my own frustrations to you guys. If I had to give this card a rating, I'd give it a fuck you out of 10. I don't care. I don't care how good that tag team match was for the SmackDown titles. I don't care that after 6-7 years Natalya finally won a championship. I don't give a fuck if Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's son or not. The Hardys aren't broken. Shinsuke Nakamura lost. Brock Lesnar is still champion. And the only saving grace, the only reason I haven't said anything about that Fatal 4-Way, because I have hope for No Mercy that it's going to be Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman one-on-one with Brock Lesnar, and one of those two beat his ass and take that title. Because I said going into this pay-per-view, anybody but Roman tonight. And you know what happened? Anybody but Roman won, but it was still Brock Lesnar retaining. So I'm going to let him have SummerSlam. I'm still giving you guys the benefit of the doubt. You have one more chance. One more chance. And I'm giving Monday Night Raw this chance. I have been pro SmackDown for the past decade. Raw? Why do I need to watch Raw? I can just watch the highlights on SmackDown, where they have Edge, CM Punk, all these other great names, and then we started transitioning over. SmackDown was, still bad, but it was 2 hours. It wasn't Raw. I didn't have to worry about anything else. And you sit here and you do some shit like this. I don't even know. I feel stupid. I feel dumb. I feel like I'm insulting myself by being mad at this. But at the same time, Tommy P paid his $10. Tommy P paid this $10 for us to enjoy this pay-per-view tonight. For over the past 2 years, or however the fuck long the network has been out, Tommy P has been a loyal subscriber to the network. I was too for a little while. Then some personal problems happened, and I couldn't do that. But by the goodness of his heart, he let me borrow his password, his email. Hey, I know you're a wrestling fan, and it's more fun if we can enjoy this together. He let me watch off his subscription. And that's how you get these SmackDown, Raw, pay-per-view, NXT reviews every week, or whenever they pop up. Because of him. But if next month come No Mercy, or whatever the fuck is happening next, he said some things had to be sacrificed and one of those things with a network, I'd be like, after SummerSlam, don't even order that shit again. Just wait. We'll go online. We'll generate some fake IDs or some fake credit card passwords. We'll get our free month and we'll watch NXT and be happy with that.
Actually, we lit. You don't even have to do that, bro. I mean, I know it's not exactly live, but NXT episodes air on Hulu, so...
True that. I'm just saying in general. Yeah. If you were to say, I can't do the network anymore, I'm going to be like, oh shit. You know what? I can watch New Japan online. Fuck it. I don't care what you do at this point unless you fix what you're doing. Nothing about tonight made any sense. Whether it was the tag team matches, or why were those matches even a thing to begin with? Whether it was Neville winning his title back, why did Neville even lose in the first place? Whether it was Alexa Bliss winning the title from whether it was Sasha Banks winning the title from Alexa Bliss, I don't give a fuck. Same thing with Naomi losing her title against Natalya. Somebody still... I even tweeted out to Solid Monster and JD, can somebody explain to me what the fuck just happened when it came to that Shinsuke match? They haven't gotten back to me yet, but I'm pretty sure they will eventually. I'm pretty sure right now, as bad as I'm talking about this pay-per-view, JD and Joe Cronin and some of those other guys who don't give a fuck about monetization, they are ripping into this right now. They are going ham. I bet you there's a bunch of F words going on, bunch of B words going on right now, because nobody understands what is going on in Vince McMahon's, Kevin Dunn's, Brian James, whoever the fuck is running Raw. Brian Ward, we don't understand what you guys are seeing that we're not. We're not in the locker room. We don't understand what goes on back there. But when we see people come out and perform, we know what we like. And what we know what we don't like. We tell you this, you continue to ignore us. I would, for the past couple of years, me and Mr. P over here, we've been doing this little quote unquote shirt competition when it comes to who has the better, like, what's the word I want to use right now? Not just wrestling, but geek culture shirts. Would that be the right term to use?
Yes.
Geek culture shirts, nerd culture shirts, and I'm thinking about taking WWE off that list. It's just going to be DC, Marvel, whatever anime we both like individually, whatever other things, bands, music. I don't care. Pop culture.
Hey, fuck it. I'm coming out with it. New Japan.
New Japan. Like, fuck WWE shop. Everybody go to ProWrestlingTees.com because I think they follow me anyways on Twitter. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com and get your Super Kick Party shirts, your Elite shirts, your Kyle O'Reilly shirts before WWE says no, you can't do that no more. Go get your Red Dragon shirts. Go get all your shirts, your old AJ Styles shirts. Go get all that shit. Fuck WWE shop. I don't care if they're giving you 30% off by using. I'm not going to give you the promo code because I don't want you to do it. But I know at this point, I've talked long enough. It's 12:30 in the morning. People need to get home. My voice is gone at this point. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow to tell people I can't do my work right now because there's a fucking jam in the chute at FedEx. So I'm like, it's a jam. It's a jam. If you feel like I am wrong, Thomas is wrong, leave it in the comment section down below. If you feel that we have some valid points tonight, leave that down there as well. If you, for some ungodly reason, enjoyed this pay-per-view, let me know why. And don't give me some generic answer. Oh, we saw the demon tonight. Oh my god, we saw the Hardys. Sasha Banks won. I don't want to hear that shit. Unless you have a solid, valid reason on why you think SummerSlam was anything other than a fuck you out of 10. Or any negative rating out of 10. Leave that in the comment section down below as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch for both of us will be linked in the description down below. Along with a PayPal link if you want to help support this channel. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you're new here. And once you are subscribed, please hit that notification bell to be notified whenever a new video is live on your feed. All that being said, I have been joined by Tommy P. Any closing words? I know I said a lot, but do you have any closing words?
WWE gotta be careful, man. The only thing that's like really got them pushing is just the fact that they have some of they have people's top 5 wrestlers of all time on the roster, and they got NXT.
That's a whole nother rant.
They gotta do better. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna close this off by saying, I'm not gonna go into a rant. This might be another rant for tomorrow. At this moment in time, you have the best roster that you have ever had in terms of talent. And this is what you deliver. Certain names left off the card, certain shit happening. This is what you deliver. That's another rant for a different day. Like I said, I've been joined by Tommy P on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as well. All his links will properly be linked in the description down below if you want to follow him and check him out. All my links are down there as well. I am Shawn DaGamer. This has been your SummerSlam review, results, and rant. And we are out of here. Wrong button. There we go.